Mass Marketing Bootcamp. And I just want to say right off the bat here, right off the top, that there is no other event like the Mass Marketing Bootcamp. I know that sounds overused, right? That sounds trite. Everybody says that. But let me assure you, based on my 35 years in the TV shopping industry, is that the information is that we offer and we share at the Mass Marketing Bootcamp, it cannot be found in any book anywhere in the world. It can't be found at any university, and you cannot go anywhere else to get the information that we have put together and the connections that we have brought together in one location. And I'm going to talk about that tonight because, once again, this call is all about you. This call is about taking your business, taking what you have, and fast-tracking it for success. So on this particular call, I really want to answer three questions. First of all, who is the Mass Marketing Bootcamp for? In other words, who can benefit from the bootcamp? Who should be at the bootcamp? Number two, what is the Mass Marketing Bootcamp all about? What's the content? What are the takeaways? What am I going to learn? And how am I going to benefit from the Mass Marketing Bootcamp? And lastly, when is the Mass Marketing Bootcamp? First of all, let's talk about the who, all right? What's the content? What are you going to, take away, but who should be in the bootcamp? Who should be there at the Mass Marketing Bootcamp? Well, the Mass Marketing Bootcamp is perfect, first of all, if you happen to have a product. Now, this could be a product that's finished. Maybe it's being marketed right now in many different ways. That's okay. But maybe the product that you have is somewhere in that process. Maybe it's at the prototype level or some other level, okay? Maybe it's not quite finished yet. Well, you can certainly benefit from the Mass Marketing Bootcamp. Maybe you offer a service, like a consulting service or a coaching service. And a lot of people that offer a service really don't think about what they're doing as a product. And if you're offering a service, you've got to think about that service as a tangible product. If you treat it as a product, it is a lot easier for you to market that to others. So if you offer a consulting service or a coaching service, the boot camp is for you as well. If you have a business and you want to get it out there, I mean, today we can all go global if you know how to do it. So if you want people to know about what you have, there are some fast and quick and easy ways in which to do that. Also, if you have an idea, maybe you don't have a product, but maybe you've had an idea for many, many years, an idea that has been inside your head, but you really don't know where to take it to the next level. Have you ever been watching TV and maybe you'd see a product be advertised and have you ever thought, you know what, if that's simple, I could have thought of that, or maybe thought I should have thought of that, or even worse yet, maybe you thought I did think of that, but I never did anything about it. Well, let me tell you, the Mass Marketing Bootcamp is ideal for you, because another question that I get asked a lot by entrepreneurs over the past 35 years is this: Bob, I know what I have, but what do I need to do next? Okay, so somebody will say, well, here's my idea, or here's my product, or here's what I do now, and I know what that is, but what I don't know is what is that next step? What do I have to do next to really take it to that next level? The Mass Marketing Bootcamp can help you too. And there's something else that the Mass Marketing Bootcamp can help. It can help you. That's right. You have to look at yourself as a product. Now think about that for a moment, okay? Many of us, and you're delivering the message. You're out there, you're spreading the word about what you have, your service, your business, your idea, your product. You are the product. And we teach at the Mass Marketing Bootcamp how to treat yourself as a product and how to get it out there effectively and be able to market that, all right? So now let's talk about what the Mass Marketing Bootcamp is all about. What are those takeaways? What are the benefits? If you come to the Mass Marketing Bootcamp, what are you going to learn, and should you be there? Well, first of all, the Mass Marketing Bootcamp is very intense. It is a focused program that delivers one thing. When Bernie and I put it together, we made a promise to each other that we were going to make sure that it wasn't just a bunch of information, that it wasn't a lot of fluff, but that it was providing answers to individuals, what they need to know to take that very next step. It goes over the course of 2.5 days, okay? So it's very, very intense. And by the way, I'm there the whole time. This isn't a boot camp where I come in and say, hi, welcome to the boot camp. I'll see you in a couple of days, and then I come back. I am there throughout the entire time. We make it intense. We make it something, an experience that will take you to that next level. By the way, I also want you to know the Mass Marketing Boot Camp is not just for TV products or ideas. In other words, I don't want you thinking, well, Bob, what I have maybe isn't right for TV, so the boot camp really can't help me. Well, it's not called the TV shopping boot camp or the TV boot camp. It's called the Mass Marketing Boot Camp. So TV shopping is just one area of distribution that we talk about. We teach you the process at the boot camp. You might have been wondering for a while, I'd like to get my product on TV or in the stores or on the internet, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know the process. Well, we teach you the process. Years ago, I had no idea what made a good product sell on TV, what made a product not sell on TV. I had to learn, okay? I had to learn what made it good, what made it bad. Well, we teach you the ins and outs of that at the boot camp. In addition to that, you're going to get individual answers to your questions, all right? What is it that you need to know? I limit the attendance to the boot camp to no more than 25 people. And the reason I do that is because we spend a lot of time on individual attention. You see, the answers that you need are going to be different than the answers the person sitting next to you needs to know, right? Or the person next to them. Everybody's different. Somebody might just have an idea. Somebody might be at the product level. Somebody might be at the consulting level, the business level. Everyone in the boot camp is at a different level. So if you walk into a room and there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, how can you really distill that down and find out the answers that you need? You can't. That's why the Mass Marketing Boot Camp, we limit it to no more than 25 people. We find out what is your situation. What is it that you need to know? What are the answers that you are after? What's your product? What's your idea? Where's your market? How to get to that market for you? And then we do that for every single person in the boot camp. Intense, my friends. Once again, this is an intense, focused program. A lot of people think that I've got to have connections. I've got to know the right people. And there is some truth to that. But I like that old saying, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Not who you know, but who knows you. And one of the things that I'm so proud about in the Mass Marketing Boot Camp is that we bring the connections to you. We bring them to you. So no longer do you have to go out and do you have to go searching for those connections, trying to identify who is it that I need to make contact with, and then once I find out who it is, how do I get in touch with them? Once I do that, I hope they get back to me, and then after that, I hope they can help me. No, we bring you the connections. Once again, Mass Marketing Boot Camp is fast-tracking. All right? We want to speed up the process for you. We don't want to take it a long time. We want to speed it up. That's what we do at the Mass Marketing Boot Camp. So it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And when you come to the Mass Marketing Boot Camp, the movers and shakers in the marketing industry today are going to know you. They're going to know what you have. They're going to know what you're looking for as well. And by the way, everybody that you're going to meet at the boot camp that I bring in, because we cover so many different areas of expertise, I bring in the experts. These are not people that did something 20 years ago, and they're kind of on the downside, No, these are people that work it every single day. These are people that are talking to buyers, that are marketing things right now, today, that have contacts that mean something today. And that's another point of difference of the Mass Marketing Boot Camp. Once again, keep in mind, not just for TV products. If you're interested in getting what you have on TV, it's perfect for, but I don't want to limit it. I don't want you to think that you have to have something for TV in order to benefit from the Mass Marketing Boot Camp. Now, in addition to that, you're going to find out how to raise capital. Maybe that project that you've been working on, maybe it's hit a wall. Maybe it's stalled. Maybe you don't know what to do next. Maybe you don't have the capital to even start the project. If you're looking for capital, come on in to the Mass Marketing Bootcamp. Find out how to raise. As a matter of fact, the one and only Bernie Dorman, who I was talking about a few minutes ago, he comes in the very first night of the boot camp, and he explains how to raise capital. Now, I don't know how many of you on this call or watching on the Internet have had the opportunity to hear Bernie Dorman talk about raising capital, but nobody explains it like Bernie. And he explains it in such a way that it resonates. It connects. You get it. You understand it. And furthermore, most importantly, you're able to execute the process. So Bernie comes in, he talks about raising capital. And then I share with everybody the most powerful marketing tool that there is in the world. And everybody who's watching and listening here tonight, no matter what your business, no matter what that idea is or that product that you have, I guarantee each and every one of you can benefit from this most powerful marketing tool in the world. And we break it down for you, and you'll see where you can apply it to your specific information. Whether you're trying to, find a customer or whether you're trying to find an investor, you can use this powerful marketing tool. In addition to that, I'm going to get into the TV shopping world. I'm going to share with you the insider secrets, the inside information. I'm very, very proud to say that no one has been in the TV shopping industry longer than me. I was there on the very first day and sold the first product on the air when it started 35 years ago. And so I've seen the TV shopping industry from a very unique perspective from day one all the way through today. I have clients on the air tonight, as a matter of fact, and I have clients on the air tomorrow. So I'm going to give you that information from a very unique perspective of the TV shopping industry. Information like, how many units do they look for on the initial order? What's the shipping process? How do I find what they're looking for? And what is it that the buyers are looking for? What works? What doesn't work? How about the margins? How much money are you going to be able to make, and how do you get paid? I'm going to give you that and so much more information on just the TV shopping industry. But maybe what you have isn't right for the TV shopping channels. Maybe it's better for an infomercial. Well, infomercials are different than TV shopping channels. A lot of people think they're the same thing, and they are not. They are very, very different in what works and how they operate. So it's important for you to know the difference so you're able to make the best educated decision on where what you have should go. Well, I bring in one of the top, well, in my estimation, the top infomercial company, which is called Harvest Growth out of Denver, Colorado. And the founder and the president, John LeClaire, comes in. He sits down with you. He finds out what you have, what you're looking for, how to get to that next level once again, and he gives you all the inside information about infomercials, okay? How about the Internet? You want to find out how to market what you have on the Internet? We all know the Internet is the way. It's out there, right? No question about it. However, you have to know the ins and the outs of it, okay? It's not just enough just to have a website or to put something up on the website. You got to get people there. You have to get people there, and then once they get there, you have to get them to respond to you. So knowing the ins and outs, very, very important. But wait, as they say, there's more. And there is more, because we load so much content, so much information to find out how to protect your product and idea. Maria Speff, voted the #1 business attorney in the state of Arizona. She comes in and talks about copyrights and trademarks and how to protect your product or that idea that you have. We talk about patents and manufacturing. How about taking that idea and finding out how to get it out of your head and how to start making it real? There is a definite proven process that enables one to take an idea that's in your head and how to move it out and turn it into a reality. I'm going to share that process with you. And you're going to, so if you're coming to the boot camp with an idea, just an idea, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with an idea. All great products start with a great idea. So if you're there with an idea, we're going to move that idea along in the process, no doubt about it. But maybe TV isn't right. Maybe the Internet isn't right. How would you like to get what you have in retail? The big box retailers, Target, Walmart, Kmart. I bring in Joey Girardin, who in my estimation is the best in getting your product out there in those particular avenues of distribution. I call them avenues of revenue. And Joey works with the buyers from Target, Walmart, Kmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, all those big boxes. He works with those buyers day in and day out. And he's going to know what you have, know what you're looking for, and he's going to be able to tell you what you need to do. Where's your market? How to get to that particular market effectively. Then I'm going to work with each and every one of you at the boot camp, no more than 25. I'm going to work with each and every one of you on how to master that marketing message. Remember what I said earlier? You've got to have the right distribution. You've got to be in the right market, in front of the right audience. However, you also have to have that effective marketing message. And so I'm going to work with you on that. We're going to create that for you so you're going to be able to deliver it effectively, whether it's face-to-face or it's through a TV camera or it's on a telephone. It doesn't matter. You've got to have that message. So that's just a few, skimming the surface content-wise of what we're going to share with you at the Mass Marketing Bootcamp. As I mentioned a little bit ago, one of the things that I'm most proud of at the boot camp is the fact that we bring you the connections. All right? You don't have to go out searching for them anymore. We bring you the right people at the right time. And that's what successful business is all about, doing the right thing at the right time. As a matter of fact, very quick story. Before the last boot camp, Joey Girardin, not a small reason, but one particular reason that I won't go into, of course, but he couldn't make the boot camp at the very last moment. He had to change his plans, okay? Well, you know what? We went out and we found him. And we brought him, and you might be able to see it here if you're watching your computer, but we brought Joey via satellite into the boot camp. So everybody in the boot camp, you did not lose that connection. You were able to meet Joey via the satellite. You were able to talk to him. You were able to call him later. He was able to see you. He was able to see what your product or project happened to be. So we go to great lengths to be able to bring you the connections either in that room or we're either going to go out and find them via the satellite. And Joey Girardin, a great guy, was nice enough to do that, and we appreciate that. Once again, you're not going to walk into a room filled with hundreds of people, a lot of individual attention. If you're able to watch us on the computer right now, you're seeing some shots from some of the past boot camps where you meet the industry experts. The contacts are there. The connections are there. A lot of time paid to individual attention. Mastering that marketing message is key, my friends. It's key. Have you ever sat down with somebody and told them about your project or your product or your idea, and at the end of the conversation they got up and walked away and you just knew that connection wasn't made? Well, those days are over, because we're going to master that marketing message of yours, and we're going to work on that with you. A lot of individual attention, showing some other shots here from some of the past boot camps. People have come from all over the world to the Mass Marketing Boot Camp over the past 3 years. And people have come with finished products. They've come with prototypes. They've come with ideas. And we've had some people in the boot camp that just want to market something, but they're not sure what they need to do next. And that's why I'm so proud of all of the attendees at the boot camp and what we're able to share with each and every one of them there. In fact, here's a look at one of the most recent classes, and you can see, 14, 15 people, that's all. So that's why we're able to deliver the answers to specific questions. By the way, about five or six of these people from this one class later got on TV. They came to the studio that you're looking at right now, and we were able to put them on my TV show. What a great idea. And here's a look at a few of them that were in on that particular taping. But we're talking about success. We're talking about action. We're not just talking about a bunch of fluff. It's not speakers that get up and just try to sell you something. That's not what this is. If that's what you're looking for, then the boot camp isn't for you. But if you're looking for a venue that gives you information that you need in order to take what you have to that next step, then the boot camp is definitely for you. So when is it? We talked about, who's it for? We talked about a little bit just on the surface of what it's about content-wise. When is the Mass Marketing Boot Camp? Well, it starts on Thursday afternoon, May 23rd. It's at the Ravella Hotel, which is in Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas, about 15 minutes or so from the Las Vegas Strip. A beautiful property, the Ravella Hotel. Now, if you happen to be on this call and you're coming to CEO Space, it starts in that same week. CEO Space starts at the beginning of the week, and the Mass Marketing Bootcamp starts on Thursday of that week. So if you're coming to CEO Space, you can do both, CEO Space and the Bootcamp, and Richard will tell you more about that a little bit later on. You can do them both. They're all scheduled, so nobody misses out on anything. But if you just want to do the Bootcamp, just the Bootcamp alone, you can do that as well. Keep in mind, it's all done at the same location, okay? It's all done at the Ravella Hotel. Everything is strategically scheduled, so if you are taking Mass Marketing Bootcamp along with CEO Space, you're not going to miss out on either one. I just want you to know that as a side note. But it starts Thursday afternoon. It continues all of Friday. It ends Saturday morning at 11 a.m., May 23rd, 24th, 25th. However, if you're coming to the boot camp, don't make any plans to leave at 11:01 because we have some surprises that we share with you that you'll want to take advantage of that are free, by the way, to take advantage of on Saturday. But once again, remember, Mass Marketing Bootcamp is not just for TV products and ideas. But having said that, while I have you on the phone and on the internet here tonight, let me just take a couple of minutes to specifically address the TV shopping industry, okay? The most powerful words in marketing, as seen on TV. We've all heard them, all right? And there are even sections in retail stores now that specifically address as seen on TV products. And by the way, you can brand what you have once it goes on TV. You can brand it as seen on TV. The quicker you do that, the better off you're going to be marketing-wise, no doubt about it. But the TV shopping industry that started 35 years ago, once again, different than infomercials, different than any other way, but the TV shopping industry is an industry that continues to grow every single year. Started 35 years ago, I sold 112 electric can openers on the radio. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that 35 years later, the entire industry has annual sales of over $12 billion. $12 billion. That's a long way from 112 electric can openers. One good side note is the fact that this is truly an industry that's growing every single year. We all know, because of the tough economy out there, that brick and mortar, the retail stores, are having a tough go at it. But the home shopping industry, up 18%, continues to grow. Now again, you might be thinking about what you have, and you know, the thought may be coming to you that, well, what I have isn't right for TV shopping. And you could be right. However, the way you're thinking about it right now, you could be right. If you understand more about what they're looking for, and that will enable you to take what you have and kind of fit it in to what they are looking for. TV shopping industry on the rise. HSN, QVC, Shop NBC, Jewelry Television. And by the way, at the boot camp, we break each one of these networks down demographically, so you will know who's watching which channel and what are they looking for, because all the viewers are very different. The price points are different. The product categories are different. And when we have more time in the boot camp, we really break them down. But TV shopping channels are not just for the United States. There's also one up in Canada called TSC, The Shopping Channel. Truly, that's the name of it, The Shopping Channel. But just not, you know, in this continent. Home shopping channels are all over the world now. You pick a country, and I guarantee that the chances are high that that country happens to have a TV shopping channel. And why is this important to know? Well, because all of the international shopping channels are related in one way or another to one of the domestic TV shopping channels. And that's important to know, because if you happen to have your product on a shopping channel here in the U.S., well, believe me, the ones in Germany and Italy and Japan and the UK and everywhere else, they're going to know about it. Everybody monitors everybody else. And if your product is doing well, that eases the transition from the domestic TV shopping channel to having what you have seen and distributed worldwide, okay? Now, a lot of people ask me, Bob, here's what I have. Will it work on a TV shopping channel? Can what I have be marketed on a TV shopping channel? If you happen to have a pencil and paper, I'm going to give you all a very quick 8-question quiz, okay? 8-question quiz. I'm going to ask you 8 questions. And by the way, if you can answer yes to any 3 of these, believe me, you've got something that has the strong potential to be marketed on a TV shopping channel. So think about your product, think about the business you offer, think about that service you offer. If you have an idea for something in your head while you're taking this quiz, think about that idea as a finished product, okay? Not just as an idea, but imagine for a moment that it's gone through the process and that idea now has turned into an actual product. Okay, here's number 1. Question number 1. Is what you have, is it demonstrable? Can you demonstrate what you have? Keep in mind, TV, and also keep in mind, at the boot camp, we don't talk just about TV shopping, okay? I just, while I have you here on the phone and on the call, I want to specify TV shopping if what you have will work there. TV obviously is a visual medium, so it is a great environment and a climate in which to bring what you have alive. So can you demonstrate what you have? And there are all different types of demonstrations out there. A simple demonstration, an example would be if you have a dirty floor and then you put a product on it, and clean it, then it becomes a clean floor. That's a demonstration. Simplistic, but it's a demonstration. So can you demonstrate that product or that idea that you happen to have? There are many different ways to demonstrate it. Yes or no. Number 2, does what you have result in instant gratification? Instant gratification. Or does somebody have to take 2 years, 10 years, whatever, in order to reap any benefits from what you have? TV is an instant medium, okay? Which leads me into number 3. Does what you have appeal to an impulse? Does it appeal to an impulse? The rating system at a TV shopping channel is called DPM, dollars per minute, okay? Every minute is gauged by sales generated, dollars per minute. So if it takes a long time for you to explain what you have, you're losing minutes of not generating any sales. So it has to appeal to that impulse. And that's really tied in a little bit to the marketing message. You can change the impulse by altering the marketing message. Here's number 4. Does what you have solve a problem? Does it solve a problem? If you have a finished product that's already being marketed, you know it's solving a problem, right? Because every product out there that's marketed has to solve a problem. If you have an idea, ask yourself, what problem is your idea solving? That will answer to a great extent how marketable that product is. But does what you have, for the sake of this test, does what you have solve a problem? Here's number 5. Does what you have create an emotional need? Now, as you hear this right now, you may not fully understand what I mean by emotional need. However, I will guarantee you this. You join us at the boot camp, and you will walk out of there understanding clearly how important and how to create that emotional connection, that emotional need between what you have and the other person. Here's number 6. Is what you have, is it easy to use and understand? Now, that might sound kind of simple, right? But once again, it goes back to that marketing message. Your message has to be clearly understood in order for somebody to respond to it. And many times when we are talking about what we have, we become so emotionally attached to it that we think we have to tell the other person everything that we know about what we have. And that isn't always the case. We have to deliver it in such a way, and we spend so much time on this. I mean, I share with you the 5 key elements in any successful presentation. You do these 5 things, and you will be able to successfully present and communicate what you have. Here's number 7. Does what you have make one's life easier? Does it make one's life easier? Here's what I mean by that. If you are asking somebody to use what you have in their life, and they have to go way, way, way far outside their comfort zone, you're going to have some challenges. So you have to make sure that the other person can use within their comfortable lifestyle what you have. Very important, and we talk a lot about that at the boot camp. Number 8 is what you have. Does it appeal to the mass? Does it have mass appeal? Now, if what you have does not appeal to the masses, then what you have is known as a niche product. And there's nothing wrong with a niche product, nothing, as long as you know your niche. And we spend a lot of time at that. One of the reasons why I don't allow any more than 25 people at the boot camp, because we're going to find out who needs what you have, okay, how to clearly define what you have, but who needs what you have and how to get to that market, how to effectively reach that particular market. So, you know, I've known a lot of people over the years that have spent a lot of money, wasted a lot of time, you know, trying to present what they have to the wrong market. And you're just going to spin your wheels. You're never going to maximize your return and your results. So coming together with that message, along with the right distribution, that's where that connection is made. So if you answered yes to any 3 of these 8 questions, you have something that could work on a TV shopping channel. The likelihood it would work on the TV shopping channel. But once again, as we've said a few times, Mass Marketing Bootcamp, it's about more than just TV shopping, all right? Mass Marketing Bootcamp is about your success. And I'm very proud to sit here and say over the past 35 years, I've made a lot of people a lot of money, all right? I've been able to help contribute to their success, and they have contributed to my success. And that's what it's all about, folks, is giving you the tools that you need. As I said earlier, to succeed in business, you got to do the right thing at the right time. The right thing at the right time. Many times we do the right thing, but it's the wrong time, okay, or the wrong thing at the right time, whatever the case is. So we're talking about the right thing at the right time, and that's why the Mass Marketing Bootcamp brings it all together. A lot of entrepreneurs I've noticed over the years, when they're thinking about their project or product or idea and thinking about marketing it and getting it out there, and again, as I said at the very beginning, nothing happens until somebody sells something, okay? So you've got to market what you have. A lot of people kind of uncomfortable with the word sell, and we also direct and talk about that at the boot camp. But you've got to market what you have at some point. And I've noticed a lot of folks pay a lot of attention to how they're going to do something as opposed to the why that they're doing what they're doing, okay? More on the how than the why. And in my recommendation, my advice is forget about the how. You focus on the why. Why is it that you want to do what you do? In fact, I often say to a lot of people that the will is more important than the skill. The will is more important than the skill. Don't try to figure out how you're going to do something. You bring me your will. You bring me your passion. You bring me the why. I will teach you how to do it. How to do it is not all that difficult, okay, if you're getting the right information and the right tools and everything. You focus on the why. But in other words, here's an example. If you want to get your product on TV, you might be thinking, well, I'd like to get my product on TV, but you know what? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to approach a buyer. I don't know how to put the configuration together. I don't know how to, make the best price point. I don't know how the margin. Of course, because you've never done it, all right? But just bring me that sincere passion and why you want to do what you want to do. I'll give you the steps. I'll give you the process, okay, on how to do it at the boot camp. Tanya Lewis. And if you've been around CEO Space at all, I'm sure you've heard that name, but if you haven't, Tanya Lewis was on a call just like this a few years ago, and she always had a dream to come up with a product that would be a replaceable mop pad for the mop heads of those mops out there, like Swiffer mops and things like that. And because what we end up doing is having to go back to the store over and over again and spend more money and replace those mop pads. Well, Tanya wanted to put a stop to that. She wanted to solve that problem. She wanted to come up with a reusable mop pad to put on the end of all of those mops that are out there. Well, nobody had done that before. And she certainly didn't know how she was going to do it. She had no idea how she was going to do it. But she had a passion. She focused on the why instead of the how of how she was going to do it. So she came to CEO Space. She was able to put the team together. She knew nothing about marketing. She knew nothing about prototyping or manufacturing or PR or packaging or anything like that. So it took the right connections for her to make it possible. And look what she came up with. If you're able to see it on your computer, there's the packaging, the Green Glider mop pad, okay? And I always like to show the backside of this, because there's the backside, and at the very bottom it says, CEO Space, special thanks to CEO Space, because Tanya was so grateful for all the help that she got at CEO Space. And then she brought it to me, came to the boot camp, and I saw it and worked with her a little bit. We had to alter the message a little bit, and I said, let's put this on TV. Took it in front of the buyer, and the buyer loved it and issued what's called a PO, a purchase order. Okay, before you go on the air, you get the purchase order, so they're buying your product. And so we went on the air, and she asked if I would be the on-air spokesperson for this. So I said okay, even though I'd never mopped a floor in my life. I said all right. And in fact, here's a little clip when it was on the air. And I apologize for those that are just on the telephone with us here tonight. What everyone's seeing on the computer is just a little segment, a little clip from when the Green Glider, the 2-pack, was on the air. And right now, what everybody's looking at, the host is there talking about the individual product. I'm the spokesperson. I'm off to the side. I haven't been brought on yet. And you can, those that can see the computer, it's $19.95 for a 2-pack. Okay, $19.95. But what the host is doing right now, she's creating the need for the product. She's citing the problem, she's creating the need, and now she's introducing me, and I'm going to come on here, and I'm going to start demoing, and I'm going to start talking about the product itself. Here's what I want you to know. This one segment right here, one segment, in a matter of only 6 minutes, over 800 of these 2-packs were sold, so really 1,600 units. But 800 2-packs were sold in only 6 minutes. How would you like to sell and market what you have at that velocity in just a matter of minutes? And it worked out, by the way, to generate over $2,600 every minute. Think about that for a second. $2,600 for every minute that it was offered. Now, here's the kicker, all right? So this went on the air, and then she did like a 2-minute spot or something like that, and just 48, I think it was 48 hours ago or 72 hours ago, she received an order. Are you ready? She received an order for, I'm going to show you here, for 20,000 units. 20,000 units. Oh, do the math on that. Here's somebody who was on a call just like this, didn't know how she was going to do anything, but she focused on that why. That's why I say the will is more important than the skill. Look at Entrepreneur Magazine, Inc. Magazine, what they say with millions of viewers tuning in. Home shopping networks are the perfect place to launch and grow your business. Once again, I know as you listen and watch this call here tonight, you might be thinking what you have isn't right for TV shopping. But you have to, once you understand, once you know what they're looking for, and years ago it was just really gadgets they were looking for, jewelry items they were looking for. Not anymore. It is such a powerful, mega way to market things, and people are so used to and comfortable and are satisfied by shopping this way that the product categories have expanded. So practically anything, if it's in the right configuration, at the right price point, and once again at the boot camp, I boil all that down, and I take a look at what you have, and I tell you what the price point would be, in my opinion, and how to put together the configuration. If you know what they're looking for, it's amazing what you can do. Here's Lamar. Lamar always had the dream of launching a jewelry line. She didn't know how she was going to do it, but she wanted to do it. So she came to us, and we showed her a way to test the product. She came on my show. What a great idea to test the product and to launch the product. I mean, there's so many ways right now to get what you have out there, but you've got to use the right tools, and you've got to take the next step. You've got to make it happen. You know it as well as I do. Nobody's going to call you at the house, at your house, and say, you know what, we'd like to put your product on TV. Or nobody's going to call you and say, you know, we'd like to put your product in Walmart or Target or something like that. You got to make it happen. Doing the right thing at the right time, that's the key. And that's what the Mass Marketing Bootcamp is all about. If you have a product, service, an idea, if you want people to know about what you have, don't keep that idea, don't keep that product or that service that you have, don't keep it a secret. Get it out there, and it's so easy to do. And if you want to find out what it is that you need to do next, I know you know what you have, but if you don't know what that next step is, and if you don't know how to connect to that next step, I want to invite you to the Mass Marketing Bootcamp. Once again, May 23rd, 24th, 25th, Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas. If you're coming to CEO Space, which is the best way to do it, you can take CEO Space and the boot camp together. CEO Space starts at the beginning of the week, and the Mass Marketing Bootcamp starts on Thursday of that week. But, as I said earlier, you're also able, if you just want to take the boot camp, if you just want to come into the boot camp, it's in the same space as CEO Space, the same hotel. So you're really going to get a great taste and a great look and find out what CEO Space is all about. But I am able to enable you to come just to the boot camp on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, okay? It's a special, special offer. And once again, we're talking about results. And over the past 3 years, I'm just so proud of what the attendees have been able to do with their products and ideas and services and how they've been able to really turn them into realities. And the testimonials are just endless. But here we go. If you're saying, well, how much could something like this cost, since it's so unique and so different and power-packed with information? Well, when somebody, let me just give you a little comparison. When somebody comes to my office to find out how to create the message for what they have, just to find out how to create the message for what they have, and I work with them for a day to create that message, that alone is $5,000, okay? You can call any day in my office, and that's what's going to cost you. And we have a waiting line at the office just to find out how to create that effective marketing message. Well, as you've heard here tonight, the Mass Marketing Bootcamp is that and so much more over 2.5 days of intense information. So we're not at $5,000. Here's what we're doing. Get ready, because this is unheard of, my friends. You're going to be able to do everything that I've been talking about here tonight at the Mass Marketing Bootcamp. Ridiculously low price of $9.95. $9.95. That's the value, you know, and the information is priceless. There's no question about that. But I want you to know that your satisfaction is guaranteed. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, my friends. Take that step. I want to invite you. I mean, if you're serious about what you have, that product, that service, that idea, if you're serious about taking it to that next level, this is an incredible opportunity. The price is definitely right. There's no doubt about that. But your satisfaction is guaranteed. If you hear the information and you come to me and say, Bob, this is not what I thought it was, or this isn't going to help me, this is not for me, you get your money back. All right? Yeah, I guarantee it, because I want you to be satisfied. Now, I'm going to bring Richard back in here in just a moment, because I want to also open it up for questions. If any of you have questions, I'm more than happy to answer it. If you want me to tell me, if you want to tell me about your product or your idea, and I'll do a little bit of coaching if you would like. However I can help you, I'll be more than happy to do that. But once again, I just want you to know this is not a gimmick, this is not a trick or anything like that. This is built on integrity and sincerity, and I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, I want to invite you to take that step and make that change and see what that can do for what you have, okay? Richard, my friend, if you're still on the line, I'm going to throw it back to you, if you don't mind. And once again, we can open it up. Any questions or however I can help anybody, I'm happy to do it.
Bob, you do that, but wait, there's more. So beautiful.
But wait, there's more.
Okay. So, who has a question about your specific products that you might like to ask Bob?
I'm getting a lot of background noise for some reason, Richard. Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Sounds like somebody has their TV on. And I'm not against TV.
Hey, there you go. They just turned it off. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Who has a question specifically for Bob about your product, about the viability for mass marketing, or perhaps a specific question about boot camp?
Can you hear me okay?
Now we do. Who's speaking, please?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Well, I'm a young entrepreneur developing a business in social media, and my product is definitely something that a lot of small businesses can take advantage of. Not to kind of supersede what you guys are saying, but kind of just to give them a bigger audience, or just help them gain a better presence with SEO. I want to incorporate that business product around maybe one or two other businesses that I'm already doing, but I definitely need some advice and coaching from a mentor. How would you do that? Or, how would you do that, say, tied to real estate investing, or tied to maybe one or, two other businesses?
Right. What you have to have is, I've said a couple of, and your first name again?
Trenton.
Trenton. Okay, nice to meet you, Trenton. As I said a little bit earlier, you have to have those two components. You've got to be able to have that marketing message, and then you've got to be in front of the right people in the right market. How are you marketing now what you have?
Well, a lot of what I do is just like go to networking events, and also, as a consultant, the social network is pretty much a platform where, there's entrepreneurs or small companies signing up, and so it's kind of like a database, where I just call them up, welcome them to the network, and try to just educate them more so on our services. Right. The rest is just up to me as far as outsourcing, going to networking events, and
Have you ever thought about TV? Have you ever thought about generating and getting to the mass audience?
Actually, I have. I have, but the CEO of our company hasn't. So
okay.
It's something where from a PR standpoint, I would pursue it. Strictly to kind of blow up my business, but from a broader scale, I would probably need his input, as far as, the direction to take it in, but from a PR standpoint, I think that I can exercise that.
Right, and there's so many different ways to get that word out nowadays. I mean, you're speaking about the internet and social media. I mean, it's so powerful, as you well know, and Brian Brinson is the gentleman who comes in, I bring in and talks about the internet. He is just he is phenomenal. I mean, it's like he waves a magic wand and it happens. I don't know how he does what he does, but he has helped so many people. So that's part of it. But I think opening your eyes up to different ventures out there, different avenues, additional avenues out there would help you greatly. And I think that's one thing. I know that's one thing that the boot camp would do for you, because you would expand your horizons, so to speak, on getting that message out.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for
that. All right, Trenton, all the best to you.
Trenton, this is Richard. May I have your phone number so I can follow up with you?
Sure. It's 310-697-2768.
Okay, 310-697-2768. And great. Thank you for asking a question, Bob. Thanks for answering. And ladies and gentlemen, let me give you my phone number, and I'll give it to you a couple of times. My name is Richard Kaye, K-A-Y-E. My phone number is 575-776-1530, 575-776-1530. And any other questions? Who else has a question for Bob about boot camp or mass marketing? I want to ask you if you want to visit a web page, or let you know that there's a web page out there that'll give you a little bit more information about getting a consultation. And that website is ceospaceamerica.com, ceospaceamerica.com/Bob. And it's lowercase Bob, ceospaceamerica.com/Bob. Please get in touch with me, and let's find out how we can help you get your product, your service, your idea out to the market. And Bob, I didn't know, I learned something new tonight, that you can also mass market services. That's fascinating.
Oh yeah, I mean, but definitely, because as I said earlier, individuals that have services, consulting services, coaching services, sometimes they don't think about what they have as a product. And,
yes.
And you have to think about it that way, and we show at the boot camp how to make that work. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Wow, where were you when I had my chiropractic practice? Hey, Bob, I want to thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, and some of you on the call, looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's been a wonderful journey, and it only continues to get better.
All right. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you coming on the line and putting this all together, and, of course, everybody else joining us on the telephone and also via the computer. I want to thank all of you and again, invite you to take that step. I mean, we all know if you keep on doing the same thing, you get the same results. We've all heard that many, many years. So you want to get different results. It's time to take a different step, and I guarantee that the boot camp can help you. Richard, thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, gang. Good night.